So we are starting off series 10 with Cake Week, as is typically tradition, Cake Week. And for their showstopper, they had to make like their fantasy birthday cake that they would have wanted when they were a kid. And so I knew I wanted to do something around that, and I knew I had to do something like toy-y, like some kind of toy item, because I wanted it to be like a kid thing. And Priya made a book like cake, and I was like, oh my god, I know I'm gonna make a like kids kind of sensory toy cookbook. Oh, it's gonna be a little like crocheted book, and inside are gonna be like recipes. So like on one page it'll have like the ingredients that it takes to make the recipe, and the other page it'll have like the finished product. And I'm going to try and use a different stitch for every page, just so there's lots of different textures. And I'm basically going to crochet little like probably use felt too, like a mix of like crochet and felt applique items for the pages, so they're really colorful and fun. I'm going to plan on doing 2 recipes, so like one middle page in the book, if that makes sense. Though I would love to do 3 if I have time. I'm going to start with my pages in all the different stitches and see how quickly those work together and see how much I have time for. So I have my first sheet of paper, and this is just half double crochet to start us off. Next, I'm working on the lemon peel stitch. And you get this fun lemon peel texture. So I'm going to finish this page. So we have book prototype here. This is the plaid stitch, and this is going to be the cover. So I made a very long rectangle of this that wraps around the sheets of the book, and we have the following stitches. These are half doubles. These are the lemon peel stitch, and then I did the waffle stitch, and I did the wattle stitch, and I did a shell stitch, and I did a large cluster stitch. So now what I'm going to do, I was going to sew all these together, but I realized it's going to be easier to decorate them while they're open. So this one technically is going to get glued or sewed down to here. And then the first recipe will be here. And you'll have ingredients and finished product. And I'm going to start with a cupcake. So it'll be like 4 cupcake ingredients and then the finished cupcake. And then I think on this one I'm going to do a pie. So like crust, apples, cinnamon, sugar, and then a finished pie. And then I don't know what I'm doing on this page yet, but I'm going to start with the other ones, and then I'll see what inspires me. So this is where I'm at thus far with decorating my pages, and I'm just going to like quickly go through how I did all of this. So this is the cupcake page. This is the ingredient one, and this is the finished product that you'll get when you put all the ingredients together. So this is just a little crochet dot, and then I sewed the stem on. These are just hot glued on. There's a lot of hot glue involved. This is the ribbing stitch, and then I tightened it a little bit at the bottom with the tail, and this is just a little oval of felt. I crocheted this little bowl, and then this is, so I chained a line of yarn, and then I chained that chained line, so I like literally double crocheted, and then I just glued on this little swirl for the frost. And then these are all those same things just put together into a sweet little cupcake. And this is my apple pie page so far. So this is our round of dough. This is just a circle of yarn that I glued down. I made these little apples. It's just a magic circle with a couple of stitches in it, with I think 5 stitches in it, and then for the second round it was like a little mix of half and double crochets just to get these little bumps on the side, and then I slip stitched it in. And then this is just a roll of felt to be like a little cinnamon stick. This is the pie so far. So I crocheted this round of red, and then I made all these chains and I glued them down in this classic kind of lattice pie pattern. And now I have this line of shell stitch that I'm going to glue down right around the edge to be the crust of the pie, like so. And I just need to clean up all this glue once it dries. And this is going to be the last page, and this is going to be a recipe for a chocolate chip cookie. So you're going to have a bag of sugar, a bag of flour, a stick of butter, and then I'm going to do a little chocolate bar, and then the finished chocolate chip cookie will be on this page. And here we are a year later, because apparently I never finished shooting this Great British Crochet Off technical version. So where I left off, we were just about to talk about the page for the chocolate chip cookie recipe. So again, I just did these little felt like appliques. We have sugar, we have flour. This is supposed to be a stick of butter. I just crocheted like a little rectangle and embroidered some lines on it. And then here I have like a little chocolate bar wrapped in foil. And then here is our chocolate chip cookie. As you can tell, there's like dog hair. This toy gets played with a lot. And then in between the pages, I put some of this. This is just like, this is such a handy Great British Crochet Off thing. This is clear plastic canvas. I call it like plastic carding. I call it a number of things. You can buy this at any of your craft stores, and I embroider things on this. I also use this to give some structure between the pages. And the nice thing about it is if you want to, you can sew your crochet pieces into it as well. So that's how this ended up in total. This book could be customized any recipes you want, any way you want. I just think it's a really fun, easy project that you can do for a kid or a cookery lover in your life.